guys, this is Dandelion Song. Before I check the news today and end up on a wild goose chase looking at code and figuring out what the crazies are up to, I thought I would show you this medieval bestiary, and we can learn the names of these animals, and you can decide for yourself if you think that these might be real or not, or if you want to go with what you've been taught in school. One thing I offer to you, though, is that these books were not for commoners. So they might be true because they're not for commoners. Because they don't give commoners books like this. Well, let's start off with the Amphivaena. And I'm just going to basically read because I don't know anything about these. Well, the name of this beast is variously given as Amphivaena, Amphibaena, or Amphivaena, and many other variations. But the true spelling of its name is not the least of its mysteries. The exact nature of the Amphivaena's form is also a source of considerable uncertainty. So this is from the 1200s. Now, let's see. I just want to make sure I'm reading. So that's above it. Okay, so here is another two Amphivaenas from the Queen Mary Psalter in the 1300s. Some are with wings and some are without wings, and they have a head on their tail and on the front. The bestiary text says that this animal is so called because it has two heads, one in the normal position and one on the end of its tail, and that its body forms a round shape. Isidore of Seville says the Amphivaena can move in either direction of either head with a circular motion, which seems understandably to have been confusing to many bestiary artists. Pliny characterizes it as a violent, poisonous beast, which might account for the many depictions of it in the act of doubly attacking itself. Okay, well, they do have this here in Wikipedia, so let's take a look. Looks like one of the heads here is long and one of the heads is short. I wonder if this has anything to do with the worshipping of Pi. So here it says it's an ant-eating serpent with a head at each end, also known as the mother of ants. Its name comes from the Greek amphis, meaning both ways, and baenein, meaning to go. According to Greek mythology, the Amphibaena was spawned from the blood that dripped from the Gorgon Medusa's head as Perseus flew over the Libyan desert with it in its hand, after which Cato's army then encountered it along with other serpents on the march. Amphibaena fed off of the corpses left behind and has been referred to by various poets such as Nicander, John Milton, Alexander Pope, Lord Tennyson, Percy Shelley, Hausman, Pliny, Lucan, Isidora, and Thomas Brown, the last of whom debunked its existence, which is not verified. The Amphivaena has a twin head, and that is the one at the tail. That is one at the tail as well, as though it were not enough for poison to be poured out of one mouth. So this is a 15th century Amphivaena on a Misera cord in Buckinghamshire. So many mysteries there. Okay, this early description of the Amphivaena depicts a venomous, dual-headed snake-like creature. I think that we should maybe study this in case the veils come down. You might need to know when to run and when to keep a weasel nearby. Weasels, I guess, are good for some things with these creatures. All right. A weasel is the same as a ferret, right? I don't have a ferret, but I've seen these medieval pictures of these women holding ferrets, and now I think I understand why. But they could have been minks, maybe. I'm not sure. All right, medieval later drawings show it with two or more scaled feet, particularly chicken feet, feathered wings. Okay, I'm going to try to skip some of this. Many descriptions of the Amphivaena say its eyes glow like candles or lightning, but the poet Nicander seems to contradict this by describing it as always dull of eye. He says, from either end protrudes a blunt chin that is far from each other. Sorry. It's past midnight for me. I should be going to bed. But here I am, making videos and checking on my video that's up. I hope you guys like what I found in Ankara. I mean, I know it's weird, but still, for some reason, I like finding those things. Okay, the amphibaena makes its home in the desert, so if you're ever out in the desert, you need to be careful. In ancient times, the supposedly dangerous amphibaena had many uses in the art of folk medicine. It was said that an expecting woman wearing a live amphibaena around their neck would have safe pregnancies. However, if one's goal was to cure the ailment such as arthritis or common cold, one should only wear the amphibaena's skin. By slaying the meat of the amphibaena, one could supposedly attract many lovers of the opposite sex. See, this is why it went extinct. They have to publish stuff like this, and then it goes extinct. And slaying of one during a full moon could give power to one who was of pure heart and mind. Lumberjacks suffering from cold weather on the job could nail its carcass or skin to a tree to keep warm, while in the process allowing the tree to be felled more easily. In the Book of Beasts, T.H. White suggests that the creature derives from the sighting of worm lizards of the same name. These creatures are found in Mediterranean countries where the legends originated. Alright, so we're learning here. Let's go on to the next creature, the manticore. The manticore is a fearsome beast indeed, and one that is apparently vulnerable to the whims of the artists attempting to portray it. Bartholomeus Angelicus describes this animal by saying, "Among all the beasts of the earth none is more cruel, nor more of wonderly shape." So that's a leonine manticore. So this is a page that you click on that link. I just clicked on that link and it shows you the writing that's here. See? Here, let me pause it and zoom in. There's one page. Oh, I just discovered you can scroll in and out with the wheel on the mouse. Okay, so this is one of the pages. I guess this is where the beast was. Somewhere in here. Look at this. It's kind of like Google Earth. You can grab and drag like this with the mouse. Okay, so I guess these are each books. I thought they were pages of one book. So this one is the bestiary. Crocodiles, a dog identifying a murderer and howling by its dead master. I think that's a manticore. So you guys remember, so we have an, oh, now I already forgot the name of the last one. Well, there's one of them that you can't look at, and it's the basilisk, but it looks a little different than I remember, than Harry Potter, so you might want to know about the basilisk in case you run across one, if the veils come. Okay, this is the manticore with one of these little hats on it. We still have these hats today in the form of Santa hats. But they are basically god hats. They go all the way back to ancient Sumerian and even before, seems like. I know the Sumerians go a long ways back, but, the Anunnaki, back when they were fighting like Typhon and that kind of idea. So it says the wonderly shape is essentially a composite one of a lion's body, blood red in color, the face of a man, a triple row of teeth, the tail of a scorpion, and it is extremely swift, can jump great distances. According to the bestiary, it delights in eating human flesh. All right, let's hope we don't see that. Here's another manticore. So that one's green. Okay, now we have a bonacon, which is reported by the bestiary to be found somewhere in Asia. It has a deceptively normal appearance. In general, it would look like a bull, but the horn curls backward instead of forward. Alright, we'll banish any thought that the Banacon is a considerate and gentle animal. However, this creature's true claim to fame is its unique defense mechanism. When threatened, we are told it will spray its attacker with poisonous dung. This excrement produces such a stench that over an area of 2 acres that its heat singes everything it touches, and needless to say, it is extremely effective at ending a pursuit. For obvious reasons, bestiary artists were fond of depicting this sort of scene, but some, perhaps moved by delicacy, have declined to illustrate it. Well, I saw one where they illustrate this. Let me see if I can find it. Alright, so here it is, a Banacon protecting itself from okay, the Banacon's protecting itself from the people, and the people are protecting itself from its burning dung. Wow. Alright, a lioness, a Krakote, and a Banacon. Oh, there's the same picture. Alright, I found it somewhere else. Okay, let's see. And this is a Leucrota. And it has a special kind of a tail, and I guess it has a big smile. And here's another Leucrota. A little different. It's capable of imitating the sound of the human voice. Alright. Oops. Okay. There's the basilisk. Included among the reptiles in the bestiary, we are told that it has an alternate name, Regulus. Now this reminds me of Rigel. Particularly apt as a basilisk is the king of creeping things. A basilisk is an exceedingly dangerous animal, and its scent can annihilate almost anything. See, I didn't know that. And its gaze is terrible enough to cause the death of any man foolish enough to look at it. So here's one wearing a crown. They often show these wearing crowns. There's one of these on my children's school where they went to, and I didn't notice it. For 10 years I drove by that school and I never noticed there's 2 basilisks. And I wondered, they just went to the basilisk store and paid extra to get some really good basilisks for the side of the school. Here's a basilisk being attacked by a weasel after it has killed someone with its stare. So keep your weasels close. This was from that last. I just wanted to see if there's any good pictures in here. Another bestiary. Oh, look. Lions and lion cubs. Dang, that is really nice writing. Okay, let's zoom down here. Let's show you where this is. I wish I don't know how to make this window better. Oh, maybe this is how you make the window. Oh, sorry guys, I just figured that out. Look at this, so beautiful. I love this site. Okay, so I don't want to forget to put this link in here for you, but I just want to tell you what it is in case I forget. Sometimes it takes me a little bit to remember these things. This is www.bl.uk/manuscripts/ brought me to this page where you can search. Let's look up mermaid. That's so bogus. No mermaids. I just found a mermaid somewhere else. Alright, well I'll show you the mermaid I found. Probably I'll do a special mermaid thing. Special mermaid video. Happened to do a Starbucks in Melazine. So here is a 20th, let's see. Oh, these are reimaginings of the medieval genre. Okay, let's find a real medieval. 13th century. 55 miniatures illustrate the passages of text. Okay, this has a dragon and a mandrake. I think this is a mandrake right here. And elephants. Yeah, so they're not so far off on the elephants, are they? Oops. So maybe they're not so far off on the other stuff either. I don't know. Oh, this is Adam naming the animals. It's a Bible picture. And then here we have hedgehogs, I believe. No, moles burrowing underground. So it's like a, oh, they're burrowing down to get the roots. And then there's that picture. All right, I'll show you this mermaid here. So this okay. So it says a detail of a miniature of a siren depicted as a woman with the tail of a fish pulling the sailor from the boat by the hair, while another sailor stops his ears to avoid hearing the siren song and is sent with a centaur holding a bow below. I guess the centaur might be in the water. Here's a picture of a stag and the mother and child, and they're breastfeeding. I guess that would be much more normal to be depicted in these days before formula was created, so that they could poison the children as early as possible. Look at this one. This kind of tells you a little bit more about the Vatican, in my opinion. Look at this basilisk. Now, and the Pope even visited the basilica, right? Basilica, basilisk. Look at this. All right, well, here is a picture of Alexander exploring the ocean in a glass barrel, accompanied by a cat and a rooster. In this version of the story, his unfaithful wife tries to murder him by cutting the cord connecting him with the ship, and it is by killing the cat, not a dog, that he is able to rise to the surface. I don't know how he would rise to the surface from killing the cat. Alright, well, here is a map I found from the 1200s before Copernicus, who was a 3-generation high Vatican insider, 3rd generation, 3 highly connected Vatican insider generations of Copernicus, where he wrote about his discoveries, and then he wasn't killed. He was just discredited. And then, I can't remember, I studied this all a while ago, I think it was like 100 years later, or something like that, then they accepted his views. So it seemed very, when you think, if you start to think about the Vatican as having 1,000 and 2,000 year long strategies, it was pretty fast that all of that happened. Well, anyway, I cannot say that I know what the map is. I just know that we are lied to. So it's going to show you this map. Jerusalem is in the very center. I don't know if it'll let me zoom in. The other one lets you go in real far. Maybe if I open this page on it. Let me try. Well, this is closer. So I'm just going to show you this. Maybe this is some figures over here. I have no idea how. Looks like the moon going around the outside. It almost looks like a clock, kind of. Looks like we have some basilisks here at the bottom. Okay, so here's just, this isn't a map, but here's a picture of the Virgin and Christ. And it's very interesting because this, I recently saw when I was looking up the pharaohs in Egypt, I saw a picture of, I can't remember which pharaoh it was, but the two people on either side were pouring oil onto it, just almost like these angels here. And she is standing on a lion. And the lion has its left foot up. Now, some of the lions have their right foot up and some of the lions have their left foot up. But this is so interesting because this is the exact Anunnaki pose. This is the exact Nephilim pose where they stand on lions. And so does Inanna Ishtar. She stands on lions. Alright, well this says that this is the nativity. Oh, here it says that the 12 heads around the circle are the winds that are huffing and puffing. And then, so this is the wind and this is the ocean. So England is colored in red, it says here. This is Noah in the ark with a ram and a lion and a stag. Okay, that's a stag. I might not have guessed that. Those were details from this map right here. There's Jerusalem, I think, in the center. Those are the oceans. The oceans are in green. Well, in case I don't remember to put this in, this is on the Medieval Manuscripts blog, which is britishlibrary.typepad.co.uk/digitized manuscripts, and then it says /2004/01, and then for this page it says another /a-map-at-the-end-of-the-world.html. But what I did is I put map in here to search this blog, and that's how I found a few different pages. So here it says this is their favorite map of the week. Look closely and you can just about discern the shape. Can you guess what it is? It's a medieval view of Britain, one of the 4 surviving maps by Matthew Paris, historian and cartographer at St. Albans Abbey. Scotland is shown on top. Joined to the rest of the British mainland by a bridge at Stirling. Moving southwards are depicted 2 walls, one dividing the Scots from the Picts. Okay, there's the walls. And the other, the Scots from the English, Hadrian's Wall. Along the spine of the map is a series of English towns including Newcastle, Durham, Pontefract, Newark, and culminating with London, Rochester, Canterbury, and Dover. The castle, located in the center of the south coast of England, Wales, is sited in just about the right place. The sequence of jagged lines representing Mount Snowdon. Diagonally opposite is Norfolk and Suffolk. Okay. Right. Don't see that. I'd have to look for a while probably to see that. Oh, here we go. Alright, well that's probably enough. Interesting though, right? Alright, talk to you guys later.